What if everything we know about human history is wrong? What if the Great Pyramids, the temples of India, and the stones of Machu Picchu were not the works of primitive hands, but remnants of something far greater? A civilization that mastered technology long before our time? Hidden beneath the sands, buried under oceans and carved into mountains, lies a forgotten truth. A story of human brilliance that modern science still struggles to explain. For centuries, humanity has looked to the stars and asked, where did we come from? We've built theories, rewritten timelines, and trusted archaeology to tell us who we are. Yet, scattered across the world are clues, structures so advanced, so mathematically precise, they defy the very timeline of human progress. The Great Pyramid of Giza, aligned almost perfectly to true north. The stone fortress of Sacsayhuaman, whose 300-ton blocks fit together with laser-like precision. And the 12,000-year-old ruins of Göbekli Tepe, built at a time when humans were supposed to be simple hunter-gatherers. How did ancient people achieve such mastery without metal tools, without wheels, without writing? Some say these civilizations held knowledge lost through time, knowledge of sound, magnetism, astronomy, and energy. Tonight, we journey deep into this forgotten past to uncover the mysteries of ancient technologies and the civilizations that may have been far ahead of their time. Our understanding of human history follows a simple line: primitive man evolves, learns to farm, builds villages, then empires. But the deeper archaeologists dig, the more that line begins to blur. Take Göbekli Tepe in modern-day Turkey. Discovered in the 1990s, this ancient temple is now dated to around 10,000 BCE, thousands of years before the first known civilizations. Its massive T-shaped pillars are carved with intricate symbols and animals, some even showing astronomical alignments. But how could a society with no known writing, metal tools, or cities construct such a complex site? Then there is Puma Punku in Bolivia, a ruin of megalithic stones cut with such precision that modern engineers admit even today replicating them would be nearly impossible without advanced machinery. Each block has perfect right angles, drilled holes, and smooth surfaces, as if shaped by machines that shouldn't have existed in the ancient world. And what about the pyramids of Egypt, built with over 2 million stones, each weighing tons, aligned with the stars of Orion's belt? Were these monuments simply tombs, or were they part of something deeper? A lost science of energy, vibration, and cosmic knowledge. As the evidence grows, one thing becomes clear: our ancestors knew far more than we give them credit for. Let's start in Egypt, the land of eternal mystery. The Great Pyramid of Giza, built over 4,000 years ago, stands as the last surviving wonder of the ancient world. But its perfection continues to puzzle scientists. Each corner is aligned to true north within 1/15 of a degree. The ratio of its base to its height equals the mathematical constant pi, and its position divides the continents of Earth almost perfectly into quarters. Coincidence? Or did the builders possess knowledge of the planet's geometry, and perhaps something more? Inside, no soot has ever been found, suggesting the inner chambers were illuminated without fire. Nikola Tesla himself once hinted that the pyramids might have been giant energy transmitters, using Earth's natural frequencies to generate power. Could the ancient Egyptians have harnessed an unseen form of energy, one that modern science is only beginning to understand? Thousands of miles away, across the ocean in Peru, lie the walls of Sacsayhuaman. Each stone fits perfectly into the next, without mortar. You can't slide a sheet of paper between them. Some stones weigh over 300 tons, yet were transported up steep hills. The Inca claimed they did not build it. They said it was the work of the gods, a race that came before them, who could move stones as if they were feathers. And deep in the Andes Mountains, the ruins of Puma Punku reveal blocks shaped with perfect right angles, and intricate carvings that resemble modern machine parts. Archaeologists date it to around 500 AD, but local legends tell a different story. That Puma Punku was built in a single night by celestial beings descending from the sky. But it's not just South America. Across the planet, the same story repeats, of gods, stars, and forgotten powers. In India, the ancient Sanskrit texts known as the Vedas describe vimanas, flying chariots powered by liquid lightning. The texts detail propulsion systems, flight maneuvers, and even aerial battles, thousands of years before the Wright brothers took flight. In the deserts of Egypt, mysterious glass fragments lie scattered across the sands, melted at temperatures higher than any known ancient fire could produce. Some scientists believe a massive energy event, possibly nuclear or plasma-based, occurred here thousands of years ago. Could this have been the result of ancient weaponry, now lost to history? Meanwhile, off the coast of Japan, near Yonaguni, divers discovered a vast underwater city. Terraces, stairs, and stone roads that stretch for miles. Geologists debate whether it's natural or man-made, but its structure mirrors that of ancient temples found on land. If it truly was a city, then it dates back more than 12,000 years, before the last ice age ended. All across the globe, from the Easter Island statues to the megaliths of Stonehenge, patterns emerge. Advanced construction, astronomical alignments, and myths of gods descending from the heavens. Different continents, different cultures, yet the same story. A story that suggests humanity may not be as young or as alone as we think. But what if these ancient civilizations were not separate at all? What if they were fragments of one, a global network of knowledge destroyed in a cataclysm that wiped out nearly everything? Some believe this was the lost age of Atlantis, an advanced civilization that mastered energy, geometry, and perhaps even interdimensional travel. In 2013, researchers at the University of Boston used satellite imaging to scan under the Sahara Desert. What they found shocked the world: buried riverbeds, lost cities, and traces of structures far older than recorded history. Could this be the remnants of an advanced pre-dynastic culture, one that vanished when the Earth's climate changed? Then came the discovery of the Baghdad battery, a 2,000-year-old clay jar that produces an electric charge when filled with vinegar. If this was truly a battery, then ancient people understood electricity. And what about the Antikythera mechanism, found in the Aegean Sea? A complex clockwork device from ancient Greece, capable of predicting planetary movements, made over 2,000 years ago. It's considered the world's first analog computer. Piece by piece, a picture begins to form. One of forgotten science, erased by time. Perhaps humanity's story isn't one of steady progress, but of cycles, of rise and fall, creation and destruction. Civilizations rise, achieve wonders, and fall, leaving behind only fragments of what once was. And maybe, we are simply rediscovering what they already knew. Imagine it, a world where knowledge was not written in books, but encoded in stone, where temples were not just places of worship, but machines of resonance and energy, where sound could lift objects, and the stars themselves guided builders across oceans. Then something happened. A global flood, a cosmic impact, or an energy catastrophe. The earth shifted, the seas rose, and civilizations crumbled. What survived were the ruins, silent witnesses of a brilliance we can barely comprehend. Modern science may dismiss these ideas as myths, but as technology advances, as we decode ancient languages and scan the earth with satellites, more of the past begins to whisper its secrets. And with every discovery, one question grows louder. Were we really the first? Perhaps the truth of our past is not buried in the ground, but hidden within ourselves. Our ancestors left us messages, in stone, in myth, and in the stars. They wanted us to remember that we once walked beside gods, touched the sky, and understood the language of the universe. Maybe the greatest mystery isn't what they built, but why they wanted us to know, to remind us that human potential is limitless. That knowledge, once lost, can be found again. And that somewhere, beneath the oceans, under the sands, or maybe even within our DNA, lies the key to understanding who we truly are. So the next time you look at the pyramids or the ancient stones of Machu Picchu, remember this. You are looking at echoes of a forgotten genius, a civilization not behind us, but perhaps ahead of its time. The past is not dead, it's only sleeping, waiting for us to awaken it.